Oops.
Hey, I read this story about the University of North Carolina. They allowed students back to campus. The kids were there for 1 week, and 4 clusters of COVID sprang up. And one was at a frat house. The others were in these residential areas. And it's looking like these happened as a result of kids partying together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the student newspaper at UNC blamed the administration for allowing kids to come back to campus in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And basically said, the kids are also to blame, but the administration should not have allowed kids to come back to campus because kids can't be expected not to party and socialize.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, who do you side with there?
The kids, for sure.
Really?
I was sensing that you did not, which is I'm excited.
Here's my thought. At what point can we expect young people to take responsibility for their own health?
I mean, listen, they're allowed to go into the classroom and sit next to each other. Why aren't they allowed to party?
Because there's a big difference between, going into a frat basement and putting on House of Pain's Jump Around and then, spitting in each other's eyeballs and singing the lyrics to that song versus sitting, socially distanced in lecture halls or having, 2/3 of the class watch it on Zoom, the lecture. And
is that the policy or not?
Well, I know that a lot of classes are being offered online, and I would imagine that now this is conjecture, but that UNC prompted these kids. They, said to them before they came to campus, these are the risks. These are what we're doing to mitigate it and to make it a safe place. We're offering all of our classes on lecture online, right? If you want that method instead. And you can come back to campus, but please try to avoid partying in groups of 200 or more, right?
Again, listen, man, if that was what they said, I agree with you, but there's no way to prove that that's what was said.
Fine. Do you really think that there's a scenario where the administration at the University of North Carolina did not provide mountains of paperwork, emails, alcohol EDU type classes saying we're this is the new normal and do your part?
Probably, but dude, at the same token, it's been incredible to me how reputable institutions have been taking a gamble with this across the board. You know what I mean?
I guess, but I just think that at some point, if you're 18 years old, if you're 19 years old and you come back to college, you need to know, hey, I'm an adult now and I can't just do the same shit that I've been doing. Things are different. We're part of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree. I hear what you're saying, but I think that 19-year-olds are kids. I think if they're allowed to go back to school, I think partying is as important as learning about Plato and would have and would have. You know what I mean? It's these important experiences that are part of the college experience. If you're going to go back, how can you not? You know what I mean? I don't know. Don't come back to school if there's going to be COVID. That's
you set up a beer pong game. You play with your roommate on your side of the table, and instead of throwing the balls in the beer cups, you use cups of water and then drink a beer on the side. That way, the balls don't cross-contaminate.
That is, I hope that there are kids out there partying responsibly because that sounds like a great fucking guideline. I don't know how easy it is to enforce with binge drinking, but I don't see why you couldn't be. You know what I mean? In the interest of keeping everyone healthy, I agree that gathering is stupid. But if the college is it's okay, that's probably why the kids are okay, it's fine. They said the adults.
I doubt that the colleges said it was okay.
So what did they say exactly?
It's hard to know because we're not students there. But the student newspaper blamed the administration for allowing people back at all, and basically said, look. Here's the thing. Kids are going to go back to school. COVID's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Kids seem to spread the disease a lot.
Right.
I don't know if that's because,
Spreaders.
you know, they're just putting their fingers in everything
In
or,
each other.
you know, making out left and right, whatever it is. Yeah. It spreads like wildfire among young people. And for me, yes, we cannot expect fifth graders to keep their hands to themselves. We can't expect eighth graders to keep their hands to themselves. High schoolers, you should be able to tell them, guys, this is the new way forward. College students, definitely.
It seems like wishful thinking, man. I couldn't even make it to 11 a.m. class as a sophomore in college. It was too early. Like, I was a fucking loser, brain dead moron. Like, I was a moron. All I cared about
11
was,
a.m.
I'm not kidding. I never made it to my art history class once. And I ended up getting a C plus because I crammed the night before. I took Adderall for the first time ever, which led to a decade of using it.
Wow.
It was, dude. It was the only grade was this final. I didn't know a thing. I crammed. I got a C plus somehow, which I think is a miracle. And I got a C plus in the class. I was a loser, dude.
Dude,
I was paying $50,000 a year of money I didn't have that I'm now paying back.
Yeah.
Insane. So
Yeah, you don't look at it that way at the time, you know. you don't have that worldview.
Totally, dude.
There was I had my roommates my sophomore year, my buddies had an award which I didn't really participate in because they were in like one room and I was off to on a separate room, but I was like part of the big block of rooms.
Gotcha.
But they were four guys in one room and they would elect, you know, a roommate of the week each week. And the criteria that went into deciding who had won that award was who had attended the least amount of class.
That's crazy.
You know, who had like slept the least, who had had the most to drink that week. You know, stupid shit.
Was it a sarcastic award? Was it like you're a loser, or was it actually a thing that was an honor?
I think there was a self-aware irony in it.
Gotcha.
But it also championed a very, you know, how checked out can you be?
Right.
And I have a friend who that semester was taking 4 classes, just like the rest of us. And he would attend 1 to 2 hours of class per week. Because he had like one mandatory, you know, we call them section. Yeah, with the teaching assistants or whatever. And they basically take attendance there. Mm-hmm. So he would go to 1 to 2 hours of class a week. And he got like a 3.5 that semester.
Wow. I always take my hat off to people like that who figure out a way to get it done.
It speaks to how irrelevant attending college has been for 15 years, if not longer.
So that it brings up an interesting point that the structure is there and it's helpful and it works. If you don't do it and you're fucking up and not doing well in class, you should be doing it. But if you can figure out a way to not have to do it and still get good grades and learn, God bless you, right?
I mean, dude, maybe, right? I think you're giving a lot of credit to kids and saying that if not for their ability to get to class and to be told the lessons in person, they would just fall apart or not do anything at all.
And that's what it was for me. When I started going to class, I started getting good grades.
And there may be a good slice of kids for whom that is the case.
Right.
However, when I was in school, almost all of my classes, certainly the big lectures that I took, were available online.
Right.
And I knew that I wasn't going to go back and listen to them.
Right.
And so I went to class because of that.
Right.
But if those classes had only been available online, I would have listened.
Right. Right.
And so I think that given the way things are right now, kids need to suck it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. They need to say, well, yeah, okay, college is not what it meant last year. It isn't what it was 5 years ago. You know, and if you were defining your college experience by the Saturday morning tailgates at the football stadium and your ability to go watch your USC Trojans, play football, or your frat, or all this stuff. It's like, sorry, dude. I mean, you were in it for all the wrong reasons.
Dude, but isn't it fun? I mean, I never did any of that shit, but it sounds fun. And
Of course it sounds fun. It sounds fun.
I'm all for deferring, though. How do you feel about that? Like taking a year off and waiting for it to be normal?
I was, and now I don't know that I feel that way anymore. I think it depends. If you're a senior, I would not defer.
Why?
Because you're already 70. You've paid for 75% of your degree, okay, and you're right there. You're close.
Right. You've done the college. You did it all. I see. Yeah.
What is taking a year off going to do?
Right.
I understand that you don't. It's hard to justify spending $50,000 on your final year of college when it's not going to be what it was in the past.
Right.
But you're so close to the end line that you might as well just suck it up, burn that tuition. It's easy to say, burn that tuition. At this point, you're paying for your degree. You've already had most of your college experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because deferring a year, unless you're going to get some kind of job that is going to help you chip away at your student loans, which is very unlikely, by the way. A current college student being paid for 1 year of work enough to offset.
Right.
I think just finish, get your degree, and then start working on it.
Right.
Not to mention the job market for recent grads, hopefully in a year, will have improved over where it is right now.
Right. I just know that me personally, I wasn't mature enough to handle college right away. And I wish that there was some world where I could have just been mature enough right away, or somehow kick myself into gear. So that deferment option in my mind is great, especially if you're just starting. I get what you're saying as far as if you're almost done, just finish. I don't disagree necessarily. I mean, I guess it's different for each person, but I always felt like I went to college too young anyway. And maybe it's just I'm a late bloomer or whatever. So that would have worked for me. I get that. I guess it's an individual thing for everybody. But I think that if you want to fucking defer. But I agree. If you're almost done, you might as well just fucking finish and then go get a job when things are normal or something. I don't know. If you like that video, check out our channel where we have way more videos. I just don't know how to do this. This is unbelievable. If you like that video, we have way more videos on our channel. Please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you want to know when there are new ones. But if not, check them out, and we appreciate it.
Oops.